1-9, or 1-8, excuse me. Their one win, of course, was against Dignitas, who they had taken River from. So we'll have to see how much they have really improved over these last couple of weeks, because they have had a bit of time to actually really work on finding a style that's gonna fit them and the team now that they have River, and they're getting some really strong picks here on 1-2. Poppy and Azir. I would say this is the premier jungler and the premier mid laner grabbed in your first 2 picks on red side. You got to be really happy.
Yeah, it's looking really good right now. CLG, of course, gets it for themselves. We are not going to see any Seraphine comps right now. Of course, Senna being gone tends to be one of the primary pairings there. Both these teams comfortable playing Senna. We've got 2 for Luger, 3 for Stixxay. So there is a bit of a mix for either side. Going for it, Trundle, happy to be an answer into Poppy. It feels like a lot of the times, if you can grab a bunch of non-dashing champions, you kind of just delete one of Poppy's skills. Obviously, you can still be very, very good, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of non-dash, very strong champions out there. Sivir and Trundle are 2 of those.
Absolutely. I mean, they are very, very strong. Great answer with the ultimate later on. Shredding a lot of the tankiness there from the Poppy. Of course, Spell Shield, great to actually use against Poppy as well. Renata, another pretty strong answer. Poppy, and a lot of champions that are just kind of binary walk you type champions do struggle against Renata. It's very easy to hit them with the handshake as they're walking in, or to disengage with the hostile takeover. So, gonna have to be watching out for that. Zeri is available here. I would assume that's gonna get locked in. I feel like we've been seeing Zeri get the better of these Sivir-Zeri matchups in the early game for sure. So it'll be interesting to see if Stixxay can kind of continue that trend. Seemed very confident in his interview, talking about how in the 2v2s they felt that they dominated against Luger and Poome. And that's definitely a way into this series. If Stixxay and Olleh can create a big advantage. But you are expecting potentially more Enchanter bans here. Maybe take away things like the Lulu for CLG, ban that away so that Olleh can't actually have that pairing with Zeri, because people really do feel like they're prioritizing those Enchanter bot lanes heavily.
Yeah, it's been the big thing right now. You can see Kennen dropped off here as well as one of the champions who got buffed in the recent patch that we are on for playoffs. Of course, no, we are not on point 16, no new Udyr, things like that, but Kennen, buffed 2 weeks ago, is in this patch as well. And yeah, to echo your point about Stixxay, yeah, he and Olleh did very well in the bottom lane. So much as CLG, their strength in spring was all about their bottom lane. It was really all about Luger and Poome. In summer, it's been Palafox and Dhokla who have stepped up really big. By comparison, Licorice against CLG this split is a combined 0, 7, and 1. He has had a really tough time against Dhokla specifically. It's been a rough look for him. CLG have found their way into the solo lanes. Dhokla coming in has been, I think, a huge sort of surge of momentum for the squad. Because, they got 4th seed regular season. They're hoping to keep up with TSM, winning the lower bracket match. Just, keep that one going well as looking for a defeat against Golden Guardians.
Absolutely, and I've got to give a lot of credit to Contractz as well, who I think has improved by leaps and bounds. He has been amazing in Summer Split. It is, in fact, double Enchanter bans here, trying to take away those pairings from Zeri. All the main ones are basically gone now. You could theoretically go Nami or Sona or whatever, but people really only play Nami with Lucian in pro play, and people pretty much just don't play Sona. So it may just be a hard engaged support, looking like something like the Nautilus perhaps, which could be pretty effective here. But it is, nice. Wait, Janna. So Janna is not something I've seen. Like, there's other enchanters you could see in solo queue. I can't remember the last time I actually saw Janna in pro play. It has been largely ignored. It is very strong, I still think, as a champion, especially against, these kind of binary champions like the Trundle. And if they are going to be packing in more melee champs here, can really be strong for the disengage. But for now, it's really only the Trundle that you're disengaging, who doesn't really care if they go Viktor here and then pick something else that isn't like a dive champion from top lane. I'm not sure how effective the Janna is actually going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it doesn't do much against Viktor. You can shield the first half of E. You're like, oh, cool. But it does give you an Enchanter to play, right? Like, okay, Renekton at least gets pushed back a little bit here as well, and finally a dash for the Poppy to stop. But I just like that Golden Guardians said, look, yes, we are an Enchanter. Metagame, we think Enchanters are the right choice. I mean, most teams around the world, I think, largely are playing Enchanters. And they say, look, Janna slept on. She doesn't, again, really have the strongest, counter aspects here. Giving raw AD to Zeri is solid and everything. And says, now, you know what? That's fine. We just want to have a good laning phase. We've got a little bit of CC. We can keep the Zeri safe. We're going to hit for some attack damage. And going to rely on that one. Golden Guard is going for team fight power with the Ornn as the 5th pick here. So Licorice is going to be on a more supportive role. Keep in mind, it was Fiora first time around, Gnar second time around. Here in their 3rd meeting at CLG, the split goes for Ornn. So in top 4 leagues, only 1 game of Janna in all summer across all those leagues. And Mickey X played it once, and it was in a loss. So this is only the 2nd time it has actually appeared in one of the major leagues. I do agree that, it's not maybe like
compositionally the most powerful pick, but I do think with Renekton getting locked in, it is pretty nice if you can actually interrupt the slice and dice, with your tornado, be knocking back and disengaging from the Renekton as well as the Trundle. It is going to be very difficult for them to actually get that sticking power onto the Zeri, because who else is supposed to lock down the Zeri? The only actual point and click CC you have here is from the Renekton. So as long as Janna actually keeps that Renekton away from the Zeri, Cleanse is going to be easily enough to answer the hostile takeover, and Zeri will have an opportunity to go wild in this game. So I think it's a cool choice.
All right, we'll see what's going to happen to this one. Counter Logic Gaming faces off against Golden Guardians here in the lower bracket. On paper, an upset loss for CLG against Cloud9, 4th seed versus 5th. Find themselves here. And I want to re-hit a historic point we had on the analyst stats, which is that it's been almost 1,100 days since CLG has won a best of 5. Same time that they had finished above, last time they had finished above TSM was that same moment in time. And that, to me, every CLG fan out there knows the most important thing is finishing above TSM. Well, TSM won yesterday, so you really need this one for that one. Now, we've got a thing to jump to here. Stixxay is facing off against his former team and current rival, CLG.
CLG's kind of a fun matchup for me. It's my old team. I think this split, we tend to have kind of dominated their bot lane, both games we played them. So I feel pretty strongly that we can do very well versus CLG in a best of series. We didn't actually win the games on stage, but yeah, just because of our bot lane, I think we have a really big advantage over CLG.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can actually make good on that. Of course, not a great start here for River. Will be forced to flash level 1. Is just going to be doing leashless Raptors. Poppy really excels at Raptors. A lot of people do kind of enjoy these, aggressive moves towards the enemy Raptor camp as well. So if AblazeOlive can get pushed, you can maybe see that they're going to try to go for those types of invades. It is worth noting that it is Glacial Augment Janna. It's pretty much as expected. People don't really go anything else in solo queue.
Yep.
But it'll be interesting to see where he actually goes as far as his mythic, because I think Mandate, Shurelya's, and Moonstone are all reasonable in different situations. I'm assuming it's going to be Shurelya's because that seems to be kind of the preferred one in pro play.
Right.
And I think move speed for Zeri is always incredibly valuable.
Yes, that actually stacks really well, even though there's no multiplicative scaling against one another. She just likes to stay in range people and yeah, walks around a lot and feel pretty good. Of course, we haven't seen, again, a lot of Janna in pro play in a while. One of the big interactions is that she gains heal and shield power through, I believe it's her E passive, anytime she CCs enemy champion, which, of course, pops anytime you pop Glacial. And Glacial slow scales off shield and heal power. So through her own kit, she actually gets more Glacial slow than their champions do. Lockup does not land there. A good disengage by CLG as the CC lands, and order down summoner heal as Olleh.
This is very scrappy. Dhokla is in trouble here, though. We'll see if the spell cooldowns come up quickly for Licorice. W and Q back up now for Dhokla, so Licorice has to be tracking those cooldowns, but it is Contractz up here, and they're going to look potentially to die, but he has spotted him. Will AblazeOlive TP? I don't think he will because he has no mana. So it's just going to be up to Licorice. Can he actually get level 3 before the dive comes in? If he gets level 3, he can probably survive this.
He has an E for a knockup. Right now. Can he buffer E for a knockup? I'm pretty sure he has one. He's going to go for it right now. Stun's going to come across. Flashes back. He doesn't have the E. You're right. It's Dhokla getting away. I could have saw him dash. Dhokla lives, and first blood goes through for CLG.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, only had the WQ standard for level 1, 2 there for trading, but couldn't actually get 3. And as a result, Dhokla barely survives here. River laying in wait. Oh, Dokla's recall got interrupted. If Licorice chases him here, though, the wave is actually so bad. They are going to get the kill, at least the execute, I have to think. But this is actually bad for Licorice because look at his wave. He's losing all of this experience.
Yeah.
And not going to get that experience or gold from any of those minions. Dhokla will execute, but at the end of the day, Dokla's just going to TP back, and the wave is going to be slow pushing towards him. So, yes, it's a little bit annoying that Dhokla had to die, but really, it just gets even worse for Licorice because he's the one missing out on the golden experience.
And we can look at the bottom lane again. CS has remained relatively close, though Olleh is down double summoners. A flash traded from Poome to knock that one down, but it means that Janna is a very easy target now.
Yeah.
Potion's not out all the way for Stixxay just yet.
Especially if they push off their tower. Janna with no flash against Trundle, it's pretty scary. This is actually such a scrappy lane. For Renata versus Janna.
Yep.
You could have thought it might be a little bit more passive, but they're just going at each other. All potions used here, 1 biscuit in inventory for Poome. But all the potions are gone from Stixxay, from Luger. Olleh has none. So they want to try to hold this wave and make them stay around, and we'll see if they are going to be able to get this mini freeze. They will, in fact, have it, so I don't know if Luger is going to want to actually complete his base here or not. It does get a little bit awkward. Quiver. Yeah, he goes back to base.
Yeah, okay. Just says, no, I want my nuclear recall. I want to have that kind of pressure. One thing about Sivir is now that the spell sheet doesn't return mana anymore, you really do get heavily mana constrained. If you ever burn down, you really don't want to stay in lane and slowly regen back the mana pool. So that way, Poome he's gonna try to freeze it, but yeah, Olleh both with the tornado coming out, then walking up himself is gonna be able to push him away and make that wave hit the turret. And it means that entire wave got denied. Every single one of the minions did not go to Luger for gold or XP.
I actually feel like Poome could have held that more aggressively. I get that he was worried that Stixxay could be there and that he may be in trouble if Stixxay was. But I think there was a really high chance that Stixxay was going to be recalling to get his base, right? Because if he stays around and Luger arrives with his base and Stixxay hasn't gone back to base, then you're screwed in that 2v2. So I think it would have been a fair risk to take to actually just walk into the Janna, who's not going to be able to kill you with no mana there, and just freeze that wave, because that is a pretty big deal. Getting the additional CS there for Luger, and also meaning you're going to deny some of the enemy CS as well.
Stixxay baits in a little bit of a trade there from Dhokla. He wants to forge items, but one plate down in the top lane, feeling very good for the first blooded Renekton. Recipient of, not one who was killed by.
Oh, they're looking
now
mid.
They're gonna fight in the mid lane, shove back. River's there for the tackle into the wall. Is flash gonna be enough? Janna CC is there, and he drops the damage. Never again will Olleh take 4 kills from his team, as he had on the Nami against CLG. He had to be fair. I'm not blaming, just it happened that way. Drops the damage, kill comes through one of the board for AblazeOlive.
Nicely done for Golden Guardians. A good early move towards mid lane there. Sweeping in Palafox, they get the charge stun into it, and then when you're on Glacial Augment, you're slowed down like that by the Janna. It's really not worth wasting your flash at that point. I think you're going to go down either way, so Palafox does hold on to it. But the quick move there towards mid lane means it is a kill for the Azir. Being able to donate that to him is really, really nice for their chances. AblazeOlive definitely one of the kind of bright spots, it feels like, for this team. High expectations I think were had for him coming this year that I don't think he's necessarily lived up to.
Yeah.
But it'll be exciting if he can kind of change that a little bit here, change the narrative around himself, and start getting back towards some of those really strong performances.
I'm just happy to see roaming Janna again. I'm someone who played a lot of Smite Top Janna. I really enjoyed it. My friends hated that I played it in all of our pre-mates, but that champ was very fun to play.
It is fun.
And you zip around at Mach 3. Your W passive is 1,000,000 move speed, and you get to roam around to various lanes. Good spell sheet by Luger, gets paid for about 80 health or so. But yeah, you can just kind of be everywhere. And yeah, a slow to knock-up is actually not that bad a setup. It's pretty reliable to hit both together. And it makes for a pretty good roam. So yeah, got out to mid lane, got AblazeOlive first blood, and I'd love to see if this Zeri Janna link enough control to get Olleh to run around again.
Licorice is trying to get Dhokla to dash in here. That's why River is in the area. But Licorice low on mana, so they're just going to reset this, push this in. Blaze taking a little bit of a rough trade. We'll have to jump out there, but not going to be in too much trouble.
Handshake. Actually, since they walked up to get the stun, that feels a little bit of a strange choice, but not going to mean a whole lot of damage regardless as they trade back and forth. Oh, they're going to get hit with both sides. Boomerang Blade, 200 HP. Goes for one aggressive Zephyr and gets punished for it.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage there on the trade. It does get a lot scarier, as the levels start coming in, multiple ranks there. In the Boomerang Blade, if you get hit by the Handshake, you're going to get hit by both ends of that, very, very likely. So it's definitely something you have to watch out for. AblazeOlive, though, topping the FTX total gold charts.
Yeah.
Contractz has been farming away, though, so is quite high on that himself. A couple hundred gold above River plus that first blood.
And here we go, we look at it right now. The eviction onto the jungler, which means with an empowered smite, River could try to claim it, but he's afraid of the 1v2 or an under his tower. If he had any lane control, and again, he got counterpicked, I'm not blaming Licorice. If he had lane control, he walks down, 3v3 in the river, they get the scuttle, they get the herald, it's gonna be fine. River's already on upgraded blue smite because of the inspiration runes, had that already cooled down, but didn't let it happen. Everyone else is there already. Dhokla had lane control. It meant that Herald, because of that push, goes to CLG.
Okay, they're gonna pull it off, but they're actually threatening this roam back to own spot. So that them walking down here is why we are seeing CLG actually back off and pay respect towards this dive. So even though they're just recalling, I love that they actually move down, clear a little vision, threaten the roam, because that does mean a couple minions will get missed. Not much, but it was like 1 or 2 extra, and you never know if that's going to be even more than that. It does get them a plate. It gets them some Spell Thieves gold on the tower. So little things like this can mean a lot. It's nice moves early on here from Golden Guardians, but Contractz now.
Bit of damage, jumps to the wall, and I like that one. If you're in the wall, the pillar can't go there itself, so able to dash out away pretty nicely and understands the right way of getting away from the Trundle gank. Theoretically, you can be interrupted very early on. If you're still coming through the wall, the pillar will still displace you, so it is possible to lose that, but Contract's not there fast enough, and out goes the Zeri.
Yep, no problems there. Gonna be able to get out just fine. Licorice gonna be going in here. Didn't get the brittle proc, but now he's gonna go for the ultimate.
Ult, decent damage. Ult for ult, though. I don't know if Dhokla will die to this one. Sidesteps the Q, going towards his lane. Flashes in. W Auto might have found the kill. I think 200 would have been about the mark there. So flash for flash, and Dhokla is powerless.
Yeah, Licorice doing pretty well, scrapping it out in this 1v1. I'm not sure what the wave state is top right now. I'll have to actually look to see. Looks like it's actually going to push away from Licorice again. So despite the fact that he actually forces out that flash, it is flash for flash, and his opponent is going to get more of the minions once more. So he will be falling behind as far as gold goes. But that being said, if you're trading pretty even against the Renekton, you are really happy because the scaling is not close. You are going to be much more valuable on average than your opponent is.
Well, the payoff so far has been 12 CS, a turret plate, and first Herald. Those are what CLG have earned off of top lane control. Yeah, CS go back and forth. We'll check in occasionally over time, but that's, and also it's a kill on content, right? It's also 400 gold onto the Trundle for getting that first blood. So far that's a very good payoff. Now, yes, as you mentioned, the scaling is towards Ornn, but CLG's been paid around 1,000 gold, maybe a bit more for the amount of control he's had, and we'll keep tracking that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also just going to be interesting, you know, in general. I think it's a very difficult Renekton game to play. When you're playing against Janna and Poppy, there's such a high chance of actually being rejected on these engages that it can be very, very difficult. So Dhokla's going to have to be on point with his flanks, with his engages, make sure that he actually can get in and get onto this Azir and the Zeri.
One on Trundle. He's going to get the smite out of the blue buff. He's going to shuffle back towards the lane, and he's got almost nowhere to go. Puts the ulti down, buys some time for the Viktor, and he doesn't have the damage. Down goes the Poppy. AblazeOlive got nothing to do. Wants to fight back at a Palafox. Stunned up by Renekton. Here comes Ornn, but no ulti. Flashes. The shots don't land, and Dhokla paid again. 3-1 CLG.
Yeah, CLG coming up huge in that fight, but I have to ask, was that a bug on the Azir ult? It did not actually shuffle the Trundle whatsoever. And I'm not sure that Contractz would have been able to get away if he did actually get shuffled. So I really want to see that one again. They're not pausing, so maybe it was just a spectator bug or something like that. I'm surprised that Golden Guardians wouldn't actually pause if it worked out the way that it looked like it did to me, because I think that's a pretty big deal. If Contractz goes down there, that fight can potentially look very, very different. So let's watch it one more time. They get the initial wallbang. Poppy's going to wrap around, gets the stun onto the wall. Here's the stun on the wall, and then in comes the shuffle. Let's see.
Oh, Poppy ult.
Oh,
Poppy stops it.
No, Poppy ulted up at the same time, so he went over the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually so tragic. The missed timing there. That's some anti-synergy. So Poppy knocks him up, and he just jumps over the wall, essentially. That would mean that he also missed the Azir wall damage. So that would have been a kill for sure, I have to assume.
So my recollection of Poppy ult is you aren't untargetable on the mini
still
click.
Think he got hit by the Azir ult?
So I believe he took Azir damage and immediately got knocked up by Poppy is my expectation of what happened. I know the charged one makes you untargetable. If it was a charged one, yeah, there's nothing going through, but I believe everything landed. Again, we can go back and look with more detail.
Very interesting. I'd be interested to look at that in slow-mo. Not right now, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
hold on.
Yeah.
Bring out the magnifying glass, Azael.
I mean, maybe nothing's gonna happen for the next couple
I'll be your Watson.
But no, that's interesting. Very interesting interaction. Either way, if River had actually held the Poppy ult till after the knockthrough, I think Contractz dies. And I think that fight looks different. Because since they had to actually chase down to try to kill him, it did put River in a much more dangerous spot, which means Palafox arrives earlier, Palafox gets more damage out. Those little things in these fights can mean so much, because now to CLG, despite Golden Guardians kind of scrapping back and forth pretty well, they're up 2.5k.
Flashless, cannot dodge it, ulties, and now we're going to try to get as much healing as he can, tackle into the wall. Again, no flash kill, goes through. Ornn gets paid. Licorice gets a kill on the Dhokla, but look at this bottom lane.
Yeah.
CLG slapping down their plates are still up. They've already farmed 4. They should be able to get number 5 in time. They know the time is going to run out. And indeed, they will get their 5th and final plate down here. And look at that. 3,000 gold lead, CLG ahead, and I'm pretty sure every single lane now.
Their advantages are just enormous now. 3k, and you're going to get the dragon here. Is really a big deal for CLG. They're in full control. For Golden Guardians, you're just praying for scaling, I think, at this point. You've really fallen behind now in the early game, 3k already, but you do have Azir, Ornn, Poppy, Janna, Zeri. Like, this whole team scales really, really well. Of course, it's, the bot lane, I think, is more arguable. Viktor scales well on the other side, too. Trundle does scale well, so there's some powerful stuff on the other side, but I think Golden Guardians are kind of praying that your team fight's going to work well, that you can really make the Trundle and the Renekton struggle, with the kind of disengage there between the Poppy and the Janna, and that maybe your Zeri and your Azir could take over as a result, but that's pretty far away, it feels like, from where they are right now. It
is really far away, and I feel like CLG is going to keep stacking things up. Sure, the Dragon Soul isn't super close, but it's still going to be sub 30 minutes, and that means, that's really before you feel like you're late game. You feel like, 30-minute solo is still like a decent pacing, even though this was a pretty late first one. If Golden Guardians ever get one, though, I feel like they don't have to worry about that until they really are online, but that is far away in this game. Golden Guardians able to get something else in the bottom lane, or not going to be happy in the 1v2 top side. Renekton, the same boat down there, but we do get a turret back, so
he's trying to actually hold it
now.
Oh, the handshake!
Very good. Gets him away from the dash. Now will he get enough happening? Flash the way. Berserk's not going to land on him, but Sivir damage may still be there, and Luger shoots Licorice in the back of the head. Top lane tower will fall as well.
Poome with the perfect timing there on the handshake. Yanks him right out of the steering charge, and with that E on cooldown, there just wasn't a way for him to create enough space. Sivir ult plus Ghost, plus the passive move speed on the autos there. So much available for him to be able to chase him down. Even the bailout is going to be additional move speed towards your enemy there. So many ways to actually keep up on top of Licorice. She just couldn't create the space.
Oh,
now going for Poome, though.
Over the handshake, though. Wants to tackle back, can't get it. Somebody heals a lot of space. There's the pushback. There's the knockup, but there's the combo the way you want to see it. And they get the scoop, they get the kill, down goes Poome.
Nicely done, get a good pick there. Poome trying to play for vision, does end up paying the price, and it is another kill on AblazeOlive, but even just in the last couple minutes, now it's 4K, the lead here. So CLG really snowballing this one very, very quickly. To talk about the scaling, I feel like you're going to start considering the Golden Guardians comeback if they can keep it stable and all the Ornn items are starting to come through. That's, I think, really where Ornn does start to kick in, where you're kind of making the gold lead less relevant because you're giving all that additional extra power to your teammates, but still pretty far off here. Is just level 11. I'm going to get his upgrade at 13. The other upgrade starting to come through at 14, so going to need quite a bit of experience here at this point.
And as these go down, we look at Palafox. Crushing the top side, no problem. CLG, plenty of wave clear, of course, out of the Sivir here as well. Good sidestep by Stixxay, and the question continues to be, as long as CLG keep up the pressure and keep objectives going their way, which they have been, they should remain in control. Dhokla, though he has 2 deaths, has been the one able to exert pressure for top side. It's why they've gotten Herald 1, I think Herald 2 as well. It's why they've gotten some roam kills. Though the scoreline doesn't look good, he's been at the right fights at the right times. The deaths have been functionally, executes in one case. Not too bad overall. We know we're a minute 45 from the second Drake of the game. Herald now summoned to mid lane. Will just about one-shot mid lane tower. And as Contractz walks in, it is guaranteed now to die. Golden Guardians can watch this happen. They know it's going to. Pillar is up, and River has nowhere to go. Stands around way too long. Goes and dies. Ornn finds some knockouts, but doesn't matter. Of course not. They can fight Shelly. A scoop away in the bottom lane. Renekton will not kill, but a flash forward. Stixxay gets a heal. Thank you to Olleh, and the mid lane will lose its tower. No one else dies, but 1 tower and 1 kill. CLG grow to 5,000 ahead.
Yeah, 5K now, looking to take away this red buff here too. Luger very aggressive in on the flash, so maybe that's an opportunity. Something that Golden Guardians could look to try to punish here with that summoner down, but it is going to be difficult to dive through the rest of the team. You still have to deal with the Renata bailout. The reset possibility is there. It's going to come back to life. You get that first kill. But CLG definitely running away with this one. Palafox really, really strong. You can see working on the IE already is Luger. And as you said, Dhokla has been able to put on a lot of pressure, and kind of meaning, even his 1 real death was at the same time as them grabbing the first tower bot, right? And then in those next couple minutes, they've now knocked down 4 turrets here. So we're really pushing the pace well. 30 seconds until Infernal. I don't think that Golden Guardians are going to look to contest this one. Just based on their positioning on the map, you see almost everyone moving up towards this top side. It does feel like they're trying to look for some sort of a pick potentially into a turret.
And CLG are reading this. Renata and Viktor are both shadowing top lane, so if they go for the dive on a Dhokla, reinforcements can arrive. So I like Golden Guardians' play, but I like CLG's answer, and we know they're going to have control. So, the bluff or whatever it is called, there was a ward inside of mid lane, but otherwise there wasn't vision in the Golden Guardians jungle. So felt like a read all the same. Here we go for the play there. Look for the 3-on-1 and a Licorice. Going to get pushed around, burning, but he should just barely live. AblazeOlive gets pushed back into the handshake, and out they go. Will not turn berserk, but Dhokla can jump to the minion wave. He could theoretically, and doesn't now anymore as the reinforcements have arrived, but that means no problem at all. Contractz will take down this Drake. Trinket Ward sees that no one's waiting for them, and as the turret goes down, CLG thwart the offensive of Golden Guardians and claim the second Drake.
Yeah, this is great from CLG. Really, really smart stuff. You know, you said it. They had the perfect read here. Poome and Palafox. It's just enough members up towards top side so that if Golden Guardians were to look for the dive, they would easily turn it around, and they even looked for an aggressive play of their own. Yes, it didn't really get them much, but you deny any sort of cross-map trading, you just purely are getting yourself more and more ahead now, grabbing that second dragon. Going to be a Hextech Soul that is available in this one, which I find really annoying against some of these champions that can kind of easily apply that little zap. Viktor, as well as the Sivir ricochets, is going to be easy application of that damage.
And bottom wave now going to be attacked. As Golden Guardians look to find something to do, their time is limited. They are 9.5 minutes away from facing a Hextech Soul. The extra CC makes that Viktor cloak all that much better. Sivir, a lot of that can look really, really nice. Golden Guardians hoping they can scale. Void Staff second on the way here for AblazeOlive, though we don't have much magic just on the opposing team. We'll set them up for a 3-item spike pretty well. As over the wall, we see the information from Olleh. Takes a lot of damage from Luger still in the chase. Shurelias cannot get locked in by the Trundle pillar, runs fast enough to get away. Called it as the move speed version. Swifty's on for Olleh as well, helps him even get away from pillars. Stay alive there, Summoner's still up.
Yeah, I think Swifty's a pretty smart choice this game. You know, Trundle pillar is going to be the main kind of threat, I think, for the Janna. You can stay away from that, but it's going to be pretty useful. But at the same time, it is CLG taking over the enemy jungle, clearing out this vision, looking to set up potentially for that Baron. Just trying to take away as many resources as they can from Golden Guardians now, taking away that camp, going to be clearing out the last division. And as the observers are showing us, the map is getting very dark very quickly. There is a pink in the pit, but...
Yeah, Stixxay is aware of where Contractz is, but he knows if he pillars, he can just jump over it. So able to play really safely, use the Janna speed.
Ooh, Licorice looking for an engage potentially. Okay. He's collapsing.
Would like for it. Can it happen now? Zap's not going to land. Knock up onto one, but will it matter? Luger's safe. You can see how fast Luger gets cut down. A 2-item Ornn, but the shuffle back of the Poppy Stun, the bailout. They gotta run, and they get the shutdown. Down goes Contractz. Azir lives as well. And Golden Guardians find the 1 for nothing. No objectives up but the Baron. That one seems like a bit of a tough call, though.
Yeah, not going to be able to go for the Baron, I don't think. Dhokla still has a TP. He's just pushing bot side, but they are looking for a dive. Look at River. He's coming on the wraparound.
TP is in for the tower. Licorice will die. Goes for too much. And with Renekton showing up, Golden Guardians throw away the lead they gained.
Yeah, unfortunate for them. They wanted to at least, I think, get the TP out of Dhokla there. Felt that in the 5v3, they could have made a play happen because Contractz is already down. Dhokla's on the other side of the map, but they look for this dive. Dhokla responds with a TP, but not really even needed, to be honest, as Licorice goes down before he even arrives. CLG getting further and further ahead here, back out on the map now. Just dominating the vision game. We can see this one more time. I like the attempt here from Golden Guardians. When you're this far behind, you can't just play it slow. You got to look for some sort of plays. The handshake is good, though. A good amount of damage being put in. Then Contractz here trying to back it up. But AblazeOlive gets in behind him, scoops him back into the team. The stun into the Azir wall is there. Contractz gets a bailout. They're trying to flash forward to actually finish off Licorice, but he has a flash of his own to create space. So the shutdown is there. Third kill as well for AblazeOlive. But now, as Renekton is pushing down bot side, they decide, we're going to look for this dive. River is looking for this wraparound play here, coming from the bottom of your screen. But as Licorice goes in, it's a great stopwatch from Palafox to immune the knockup and the damage, and allows them to just focus down the Ornn, get another kill.
Yeah, really good stopwatch there, important, but that's the kind of thing. Golden Guardians, you should have pressed tab. The information was there for you. You got baited by something you had information about. Had a mistake, and one that costs you dearly. The fact that kills were given away, and the chance at a turret was probably yours.
Absolutely, and IE now done off of that for Luger. He just had the pickaxe in inventory, but got a lot of gold in these last couple minutes. Has a full IE complete now. Shadow Flame finished up there for Palafox. He's more on parity with his lane opponent there. You know, AblazeOlive slightly ahead because he has gotten those 3 kills. Just got a shutdown as well off of Contractz, but Zeri quite behind, it feels like, on the Sivir right now, and the top side is definitely problematic. I mean, Contractz is way up on this Poppy, who's just going to be paper. I mean, it's a Poppy 2,000 gold down on a Trundle, who's going to ult you, potentially in a lot of these fights. Ornn could also be the one taking that ult, of course, if he is there, but Poppy is going to be very
okay. AblazeOlive waits for the pillar, then scoops back. Obviously, it can interrupt, so it's a guessing game for Contractz, and simply AblazeOlive just holds the cooldown until he knows it's gone. It's the only way you can really interrupt this. No one else has special tools for that. Mid lane going to be fought over. We are going to see ourselves fighting for the third Drake. River now spotted out. gets the move speed, gets out mid lane. Actually, wards are better for CLG, information known. Poome sidesteps away from the zap, won't get found out. Stixxay taking a bit of damage to get the shield, and he will regen eventually with the red buff. Actually, yeah, he does have one, so in about 5 seconds. Health bars start going back up, but here we have the
going to
started. And in the fog is Palafox, but with Olleh and Stixxay in vision, is Baron going to be good enough with the two? As they're burning it down as fast as they can, the lock is over. Will it die in time? Stixxay makes himself revealed, though. He's trying to give away that he's not hitting it, don't worry. Stixxay's hitting you guys, they're not hitting Baron. No, Stixxay's hitting CLG. Baron gets lowered down to 4K health, has to jump the wall. They're not yet sure, but now they for sure know. And at this point, CLG goes, okay, you leashed it for 6K health. All right, fine, thank you very much. We'll start up the Baron. Over the wall, River could flash if he needs to. His smite is up, the tools are there, the vision has been gained. Contractz low thanks to Azir, but Stixxay 200 HP cannot fight this anymore. His red buff, I believe, is timed out, does not have the regen.
Yeah, I think it's smart from CLG to just let it reset. There's no need to flip the game here at Baron. A Baron steal will be one of the only ways that Golden Guardians can actually come back into this game. You're 4 minutes away from Soul here, so the game is going very, very well for them. And they just need to keep playing it out as they are. Licorice, of course, has his own Ornn upgrade. We can see he's almost 14, so we'll be able to pass out his first upgrade very shortly. But they are just so far behind at this point. And I mean, the attempt at Baron, I think, is fine, but there was a lot of blue trinkets available. So I think CLG, was pretty certain that it was going on. Just drop the blue trinket. Azir isn't showing mid. Azir isn't showing top. He's not bot on the dragon, so where could he be, right? And then they just drop that blue orb on the Baron, see that it's going on, move up there and contest it, because Golden Guardians just don't really have the damage to burn it down that fast.
And the ward control, once again, goes CLG's way as they start to own this side of the river. This is the only highway that matters for now. Hoping that it's only going one way for CLG. Control ward dropped in the jungle now as well. AblazeOlive does the best to poke Contractz, there's nothing done for it. And there's the Lash, the vision gone. So Fog of War once again for Golden Guardians and CLG. If they want to play just very slightly risky, since Flash is up on a Poppy, they can start doing a Baron setup. But for now, they're chilling. Dhokla will go and ant the side lane, teleports back up for the top laners here as CLG fight back for their side of the jungle. Olleh knocked around, burns his flash handshake. May have landed and decided that was going to be his death. And that is a summoner missing, even with all the move speed he's got. The pillar was still enough for it. Once again, the wards die. And
now they can try to just rinse and repeat here, right? Utilize the blast cone to go back in the pit if you want to start it up, or just sit in that flanking position. If the Janna walks up, you pillar him in, and he's dead. Like there's no way you're getting out of that when you actually use the Shurelya's and your flash on the last attempt here. Dhokla even threatening an angle. If they walk up too far, Dhokla can come up and wrap around them here. But you can see on the mini map, Licorice is trying to bodyguard against this. Playing towards that side, knows that Dhokla could be playing in that area.
Good pillar. River is stuck in place, has to flash. There's a stun for Renekton. Pretty good damage. Poppy down below 1K, nearly dies, but keeps up for now. Spell shield for Luger. Knock up on Dhokla means very, very little. Golden Guardians battered and bruised, but a couple of health bars on CLG as well. Still, though, it feels like it is the blue team with the control.
Absolutely.
Golden Guardians shuts down mid.
I mean, they get another flash, right? That's the big thing, is they're just slowly taxing the resources. Sure, they spend smalts, but they got Olleh's flash previously. Now they got River's flash as well. River is showing top. Did have to go back and heal up and try to push out that wave now. But it's just going to be this slow chip away. CLG not wanting to risk anything too much, just playing towards Soul. But if Golden Guardians overextend into the river, they'll take those kills, they'll take the Baron. So just playing kind of calm, cool, and collected from this stage of the game.
Titanic is in for Stixxay, so we are 3 items under the Zeri, but honestly, I take the Sivir at this point in time. 3-item Sivir with IE, a stopwatch, gonna feel pretty safe. See that one comes through. There's a CS lead for the Zeri, but again, it is so much CLG. They managed to play this sort of section of the mid game pretty slowly, pretty controlled. Ultimately, what comes down to that is we are a minute away from Dragon Soul. CLG has made nothing special happen because Hextech Soul will grow their gold lead. Well, their lead in the game, the amount they're going to win. And I think that's just an easy one to go for at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Golden Guardians has clearly tried to donate as much farm as possible to Stixxay. He's at 350 CS at 29 minutes. Like, he has a ridiculous amount of farm. He's been taking jungle camps. He's been getting a lot of the stacked waves. AblazeOlive, as a result, is down below 10 CS per minute. But it is CLG baiting around Baron here once more, just trying to control this vision. But the onus is on Stixxay for sure to be the one to carry this game. He even has the upgraded Mythic already here. The Blood Ward is in as Licorice hit 14. So they're putting all eggs in the Stixxay basket. And Poome does get chunked down very heavily there by AblazeOlive, so Golden Guardians will get first move into the river. 20 seconds until this does spawn, so Poome is going to run straight out. There's assist pings onto the Baron, though.
Renekton's still in the bottom lane. The Trinket Ward in the pit has not been turned off. Blue Trigger just popped, and they're just buying time for Poome to walk out of the map. Keep in mind, it is Hex Tech Rift. He is already back into the Wolf Pit, so Golden Guardians got nothing from that chunk because CLG walked to the left for 5 seconds. Drake is alive. They know Renekton is over there, but can they catch him? River's going at Mach 3. He wants this one. A flash away from the wall stun, but still a tackle into a knockup. They want to kill the Renekton. A double dash for Dhokla stays alive
but
for now.
But they're going to give up the dragon.
They're hitting the dragon.
It's his soul.
And River is still in the wrong part of this fight. Hextech Soul is going to die, and Dhokla will not. Golden Guardians go for a broke, and it's their ankles that take the injury.
Oh my God, CLG making Golden Guardians look foolish. The whole team is chasing a useless Renekton.
Yeah.
And you're giving up Soul for free, and now Dhokla still has his TP. He can actually look for a TP flank if they try to contest this, so that's why they're starting it up. Dhokla going to TP towards mid. Will look for the wraparound play here. I expect CLG to go for the turn.
They're going to try, but Hook's already ended in one, and that is Azir! Dead! Mid laner gone! A quick stop on a Dhokla, but will it be enough for Stixxay? Half HP, gets a quick heal, needs to free fire. Huge zap comes down, but will it be enough damage? Licorice at 2 HP. Shots will land from the Viktor, the flash. The pillar dodged away from Stixxay, tries to kite. Luger gets one. Health bars are so low, but he can't get the last shots in. Stixxay cannot find these kills. Not quite in range as Dhokla. Stixxay still trying as hard as he can. Shield is on. Needs the zap to land. Can't get it yet. Pillar is there, and he cannot get away. The shutdown comes through. Heroics were tried, but AblazeOlive just died for free. CLG play the better fight.
Heartbreaking for Stixxay, trying his heart out there. Got everyone so low. Could not finish them off, though. Brutal result of that fight. 10-4, 10,000 gold lead. Soul secured. This one looking all wrapped up for CLG in game number 1.
Yep. Everything you need is in the inventory right now, CLG. Flash handshake.
Yeah, beautiful from Poome. Just nails the engage there. So much confidence. And Stixxay had a really good angle here, getting so much hurricane splash damage in over the wall, hitting multiple zaps there onto them. You know, was really shredding through here. It's very difficult for him to go more aggressive, though, because he's down at, 30% HP. Dashing back here, was able to kite out from Contractz. Then Palafox jumps in, gets hit by another empowered zap, almost goes down himself. Stixxay was so close to being able to have this one of these heroic 1v9 moments, but CLG did such a good job kiting back and forth here, dodging out on the zap to both sides. Then the pillar comes back up, in they go, burst him down. Well played there by CLG. Look at the damage from Zeri. I mean, it's hard to ask for much more there from Stixxay. That is a true 1v9 attempt.
Yeah.
But not going to work out because the Azir was already dead. And with it, I think their chances in this first game, but they're going to look for an engage.
They got eviction. They want to try to find their way in yet again. Poppy forced out. Quick ulti from Ornn. Berserk doesn't land for too much, though. It was Licorice chasing a Poppy, running away all the same. AblazeOlive low again. Stixxay cannot get the damage. Pillar is up. He's got to be careful. They're going to be in range soon. This man's running out of health. A couple shots would kill him, but he's staying alive. Dhokla has his stopwatch burn. Will they find the kill, though? No. Too much healing, too much healing. He will stay alive. AblazeOlive is low. Dhokla over on the side. It was, Palafox who was dropped low on health. As the rest of the squad now going to look for a bit more. Mid lane siege not going to answer just yet. Bot lane, though, still under a lot of fire.
Yeah, not able to knock down Palafox. That is so frustrating there for Golden Guardians. Can't get anything out in these fights here. And Dhokla's just been pushing mid this whole time. That was a 5v4. Dhokla just shoves it up, knocks down that middle inhibitor tower, so the base is cracked. They're getting that top wave pushing. You can see that Dhokla's going to head up towards top and look for the shove up here, very likely. And their assist pings are coming in on that Ornn, so they want to try to attack on both fronts here. It's not a fight you win there, River, down 4 levels.
Hey, listen. All right, it's all about the size of the fight in the Yordle, not the size of the Yordle in the fight. And he managed to make Renekton run away.
And take his camp.
Yes.
He did manage to do that.
For the second time in a row, Renekton has run away. And Golden Guardians have lost the jungle camp.
Yep. It's looking rough here for Golden Guardians. Hard to think of really any way they can come back, barring some sort of a miracle fight, from Stixxay, really did showcase that, hey, it is very difficult for them to close on him. They don't have any good CC for the Zeri. That's why he was able to do, nearly 10k damage in that one fight. Janna just needs to protect him from Renekton and Trundle, and you can get a lot done.
Okay.
Look for the chase down here on Dhokla.
Zap, big damage, trying to cut away from the stun. Will do so. Great knock up there by the Janna as well. Everyone's here. Gore Drinker, he's got to get that kill. He's buying a lot of time, but they are dancing around it. So shutdown gold comes through. 300 extra gold goes into the pockets of Stixxay here. Now, the timing is not going to overlap with any neutral objectives. We'll be back in plenty of time with TP up to play for Elder Dragon. But at least that little bit gained. House of the Dragon Soul, of course, still here, though, for CLG. The slow's going to be nice.
Absolutely. It's nicely done to get the pick, but it doesn't really amount to too much. No way Renekton's actually getting away from that, though.
No.
Once again, by the Glacial Augment slow, you have Stixxay on top of you. River just going into his own jungle. Straight up, he finds Poome.
Smites us off the recall. Poome gets slowed down, but here comes a couple more champions. Will it be enough? Health bar low. Gets tagged. Bailout's not going to be important there. AblazeOlive gets kill credit, but now on X1 Contractz.
They get both.
Doesn't have flash. I mean, he's very tanky. Gets a ton of stats for it, but the chase down should be there. And we are 40 seconds away from Elder Dragon. Contractz is dead for the spawn of Elder Dragon.
That is really big. Now there is a small window here for CLG. We'll see if they can actually make use of it. You've got to try to burn Elder on spawn here. You talked about the Hex gates earlier and how that can really matter in these types of situations. So Contractz will be making a beeline for it. Will be a 4v5 potentially here for CLG at spawn, though, as it's a nice play. Did they have vision? They did not have vision. Okay, so it gives you vision around the exit once he starts going through. I mean, that was honestly pretty risky business from River. I guess he had the read that they were on a recall. But if CLG are all there, you just die going in like that. Yep. Fortunately for him, they were not. The bowling ball comes through. It's a strike from Licorice. They get the first kill. They're able to chase down for the second. Alrighty. Now to live. They are on the Elder here.
Contractz alive in 5. 5 versus 4 for Golden Guardians. They need to win this fight. They need the Elder Dragon. AblazeOlive pushed down by Palafox. Janna Heal puts him back up pretty healthy. When's the team fight start, though? Ornn comes across to Renekton. Double stopwatch burn. Will they find the kill? Over the wall goes Stixxay. Flash. He gets stunned. Will he live? Burns his own stopwatch. But does he have the reinforcements, though? Big damage from Luger. Shuts down one.
Oh, the
stopwatch. But that's going to let bailout time out. The tap comes in, and the shutdown comes through. I don't know if burning that stopwatch was correct. I think he should have relied on the bailout to deal damage. But guess what? This means that Contractz is here. Now, 4v2 on the map with a jungler alive. What are you willing to do?
Oh, they're just going to go for it. Looks like they're just going to try to flip it here.
Ablaze has no TP, though.
Ablaze has no TP, and Licorice is going back to base.
Contractz wins this fight outright 1v2. River's going to lose so much health here, smited. Stopwatch. Going to look for some help from Janna, but I think he can just die. He flashes. The flash follow! And the eviction for a second, but Poome with the Hex Tech Soul finds the kill. It's now Licorice's turn, but again, no jungler alive means no smite secure.
Okay, Contractz no flash, though. I don't think he can do anything about this. I think it is going to be Golden Guardians getting this. Palafox does have TP, though, so we'll see. Are they going to be willing to actually commit the TP?
He's on mission. They know there's no blast plant.
Oh, he's flanking.
But they know about it.
Okay.
They know about it. And they're going to drop back.
He's wasting their time.
Though.
This is so smart.
They're both alive. CLG double TP. CLG double TP into the mid lane. They're ready to go already. Ulti going to get dodged by Contractz.
Oh, not again, man. It's literally the same thing when they chased Dhokla.
Yeah.
And they waste all their time again. Everyone peels off to chase this Trundle. It buys time. Dhokla and Palafox now respawn. And now it's CLG in the winning position. Luger's even pushing out bot lane. He's going to come back over here.
River's racing Poome now.
And we're just going to fight again.
Yeah, River racing Poome. They're going to be at a similar time. Gold lead shrunk to 9K. Stixxay still pretty big. The Azir, we hope you can stay alive for Golden Guardian's sake. Palafox has been so good at poking off the Banshees, getting a lot of damage done early on and being a team fight menace. Janna stays alive here against Dhokla. Good tornado. Olleh does not get stunned. And now we have the 5-on-5. Round 2 on the Elder Dragon. CLG looking for blood yet again. 12 to 11 kills. Tornado will not land. Dhokla waiting the wings with the control ward down. We'll be watching through the ward now. Team fight begins. Licorice stopwatch. Out goes Trundle. 4v5 isn't good enough, though. The Janna Heal keeps Licorice alive. And we can try yet again. Back into the fight comes Contractz, though. Will it be a tackle? Goes a safe way around. Stixxay gets not even the slow.
He's just looking for the flank again. It's Hex Tech madness.
Brought her to the Hex Gate. Thanks, man. We'll try again. Same spot. AblazeOlive back of the ball. The good pillar by Contractz, forcing an important cooldown down. As Ornn comes down yet again, low on health, no TP, has to walk his way back over, will do so. Ulti is up for the Ornn. It's right on the spawn. This is actually in slow range right now. Will they pull the trigger? Here comes the fight, slow onto everybody. Knock him on a 2. Here comes the team fight. River goes back for 1, but drops. The scoop only buys time for the backline. Palafox low, has the bailout, isn't burning down, and he will stay alive.
Yeah, it's up to CLG now, just try to buy more time again for the soul laners. They have no TPs. This is the longest Elder Dragon fight I have ever seen. The Hextech gates coming in so clutch here for both teams.
Smite advantage. Golden Guardians have to take the smite right
TP.
now. Double solos recalled. There is limited time of 4v3. Golden Guardians have to take a fight, but can they? The dragon resets. Baron's been alive for a while.
They can't.
Dhokla, Palafox coming around.
They're gonna get flanked.
CLG wisely buying the time. Here comes the Hextech engage. Will they find it? Berserk hits nothing, but down goes 1. The flank for Palafox secures a second, and it's gonna be Golden Guardians routed. Elder Dragon claimed by CLG.
Clean take, quick, easy, over by the Elder. What a crazy fight. That was so much fun to watch. Both teams over and over again returning to the Elder, TPing back in, recalling, gating back in, using the gates to flank. This is the most use I've ever seen the Hextech Rift actually get in a pro game. And CLG now with the Elder here looking closing.
Both these shield pops stays alive for now. Back on the Contractz now. Good damage here. They can burn him if he acts. No reinforcements, and they will not kill Stixxay. Elder Dragon or not, a kill picked up, so guess what? This is 3 versus 4. Now, the waves can die pretty fast. Janna helps. Zeri will try as well, and as that shot comes in, Poome is close to death. They walks away again.
Oh my god. Golden Guardians actually hold here, and AblazeOlive is getting close to his death cap, so he's going to be more and more relevant. Stixxay now on full items here. The Ornn upgrades are coming through. You know, more and more of those are actually getting ready here, so CLG enormously ahead, but not able to close with that Elder, so they're going to try to use the Elder very likely to take the Baron, try to utilize this time to force Golden Guardians to fight you, because you've got a minute 20 right now, so you go to Baron, you start that up, force Golden Guardians to come, and then look for the turn.
And they're going to try now onto Luger, spell shields, the knockup. That's the important part to go for. He's going to flash for safety. They can't get the rest of them, but without flash, it might be a target. Meanwhile, over the wall, it is Viktor getting shut down. It's Palafox who is found. The GA forced out, though. Redemption will not heal him. Stixxay, so low, has to be careful. The tackle in, Renekton will try to burn 1. Can't get it just yet. Stixxay on the last glimmers of life, but already Ornn is down. The flash over. Can't get the kill yet either. Poome low. Stixxay still alive. 4v4 in the map here. Stixxay will heal up against the minion wave. Has to respect the rest of it, though. In goes Contractz, but no Elder onto him. River gets a shutdown. Down goes Poome. It's now 4 versus 3. 4 versus 3. Golden Guardians have a jungler. Stixxay again. Not getting hit by Elder. Hits Luger. Lightning nearly kills him. And he can chase down Contractz. He can. Needs another dash soon, though. Can they get that kill? He's trying to find it. The pillar is beautiful. And Luger gets the kill. How? But River falls.
Oh my god, Stixxay's just having a solo queue montage right here. They don't have any lockdown for the Zeri, so he's just skating everywhere. This was an absolute banger. This one looked like it was just gonna be all but wrapped up by now, but they cannot handle the Zeri. It's given them a lot of problems. Elder has now expired. They're onto the Baron. This is gonna go down relatively slow, but the base for Golden Guardians needs some attention, so we'll see how quickly they do actually get out here. They do have the Hex Gates to get back out on the map, and they are walking 4 men strong out here, but this is probably dead before they even arrive.
Good call by CLG. 13,000 gold ahead in their second Baron buff this time around. Watch that fight in the mid lane. Luger does a good job getting away.
Yep, good spell shield on the initial play. Then he sees AblazeOlive coming in, knows he needs to flash. Palafox arrives from the side, but just gets stunned up there. Flash stun in from River, a great engage. They do actually get the GA out very early here from Stixxay, but Luger missed time on the Boomerang Blade. And then Stixxay is just kind of going nuts here, to be honest, playing this very, very well. Barely surviving at such low health. Quick flash to actually get away there from Dhokla. One more auto would have killed him. He's just bouncing back and forth over the wall, keeping range here. The Mikhail's removing the slow, the little speed up there, it looked like, just getting him out of range of Contractz, and then so many stacks of the ulti there, allowing him to kite back and forth, but just can't quite get that final hit. Luger down to what? That can't be more than 20 or 30 HP, it feels like, but he can't finish him off, and then his River goes in. The Boomerang Blade connects, the Elder buff is there, and he goes down. Luger having a laugh about it, loving the fact that he got away, still got a kill for himself, but we're back to live, and CLG looking for that push.
Double eviction is always the chance to try to go in, but Dhokla going to be safe enough there. They didn't want to go for the Guardian into Renekton as the engaged target. Understandable, but that means it's an ultimate on cooldown. 5 seconds away from the longest game of playoffs. 3, 2, 1, and we have gotten it. The longest game of LCS playoffs this split. CLG continues to provide bangers in the postseason. This is just game 1. There's only 2 of us.
It's 80 minutes to dream. Let's see. They're going for the engage now. Golden Guardian's looking to fight.
Double knockup, flash from Palafox. The charm is so good on a 3, though. Oh, my word. Massive damage comes out, and there's no way out anymore. That signaled the doom. Poome set it off. The ulti comes across, and Golden Guardian's left with 2 champions. They cannot defend this. Nexus turrets will fall. CLG will take game 1 in an absolute barn burner.
Made him work for it, though. 15,000 gold lead, Soul, Elder, Baron, everything. The game went on for a long time, though.
Yeah.
It felt like a hard one to close out because they didn't have any lockdown for the Zeri. So Stixxay was going wild in some of these fights, getting so much damage out. I'm actually really curious to see the total damage charts for that one, because I feel like it was Stixxay versus the world.
Yeah.
He was doing everything for the team. You know, had the peel from the Janna, did not actually have a lot of lockdown on the other side to actually keep the Zeri in place and try to go for kills. That's why we see so much Vi and Nautilus and these types of champions. Point and click CC guarantees it for the Zeri. And you can see how much of a pest he can be without that. You know, even with his team enormously down, even without Soul, even without Elder, was able to actually fight his way out of a lot of these team fights and make it very competitive. Yep. You started to get that maybe that little glimmer of hope at the end, but
sure.
I mean, CLG still was enormously ahead the whole way through, pretty much.
Yeah, they were. And this is, Palafox talked with Travis Gafford. Shout out Travis Gafford. Good content. Good job, buddy. Talked with him about the C9 series. It was right after the C9 last weekend. And hey, how do you feel about this? Whatever. And Palafox was like, honestly, like, we probably should have won that. We were in control of game 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, we should have won this series. Like, yeah, I screwed up. I made some mistakes. But, like, honestly, like, we're feeling pretty good. Like, we know we're a good team. Like, we're going to... I'm paraphrasing now, but like, you know, we're gonna like run the lower bracket kind of thing. Like, felt very confident. Didn't even know if he was facing Golden Guardians or like, you know, TSM yet or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll beat them both.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of whatever for him, right? So honestly, and then we see this game. Okay, you know, it was close-ish, but they were in control the whole way through, which is kind of what happened in the Cloud9 series as well. So we're gonna head over to the state from Analyst Desk and see what they have to say about this game.